We just wait the 9 minutes.
Nah, screw it. We should be going live here in just a second, I hope, if we're lucky.
Let me see. Yeah, I got the notification. We're live.
Yep, there it goes. It goes live on my end now. Good deal. Okay. Good deal. So we are live. What a miracle. Okay, good deal. I sure am glad we're live. So, as you can see, we got my usual co-host there, Nikki B. And then we got Vaping and Vibes with Tom. If you're not subscribed to him, go check out his channel. Just click over there by his name. It'll take you to his channel. You can go subscribe to him.
Yep.
Got Vapex out there. We got Daytime Frank out there. I saw Michaela Vapes out there a little earlier. Who else did I see out there a little earlier? We got David Settles out there. Hello.
What's up, Dave?
I think I saw Subaru Nerd out there a little bit earlier too.
Yep.
That may be everybody I saw a little earlier. It looks like it is. Okay. So, I don't know really what we're going to talk about. I do have a little announcement about this show that I will get into just a touch bit later. When I get around to it here in a minute. Other than that, pretty much just going to recap my little trip to the shit show that was ECC. Considering I didn't do a show last week because, well, I was tired and I fell asleep before the show was supposed to start. And missed my own damn show. So, you know.
Yeah, it happens, bro.
So, therefore, I didn't get to recap it last week. So, we'll recap what was the shit show of ECC. And it was shit. I ain't watched everybody else's show last week, so I don't know what they all had to say about it, but I can tell you it was really about useless.
Well, it wasn't so useless of getting to see everybody again, but other than that, I mean, it was meeting and greeting and everything. It was okay, but I really kind of miss, being able to socialize, at a sitting level, you know what I'm saying, and building, because, there was a couple liquids that I tried that I had to basically go find a little stand thingy to sit there and kind of prop up on and kind of build on the, on your belly.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I want to get into that. Right. We saw something there that is just, we'll get into that a little bit more here a little bit later on, but we saw something there that was just absolutely fucking uncalled for, and there's no other way to say it. I mean, sorry about the bluntness there, but it is what it is. It was totally unfucking called for. And it was a Nick salt that, yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. I did pick up some devices and some juices that I'm going to review for you. If you follow me on Instagram, hello, Randy. How you doing out there? If you follow me on Instagram, I did pick up a lot of the Dot Mod stuff. I picked up this little mech.
What's up, Randy?
Picked up the Squonker and the RDA 24.
Was that a Dot Mod?
Yeah. Picked up the 200 watt box, and I also picked up the Loop RDA. TVO gave me that RDA to review, and then I purchased this Armageddon box that, let's just say when I review this, I've got a big fucking gripe about it. We'll get into that when I do the review.
Yeah.
They need to update their shit. Picked up some juices, and speaking of the juices, I'm going to do at least one video. I may even turn it into a series because I want to get some. Hello, N. Hall. Ain't never seen you. Welcome to my show. But I'm going to do at least one video, if not a series, or probably a series. I'm going to buy some juices over time to do it with too. Other than what I got from ECC, and even Rochelle Vape With Me brought me some, so I thank her for that to review. But we're going to talk about labeling. I picked up this one to review. Picked up this one. Also got their cappuccino to review. Picked up one from Vaping. I haven't. I put it aside so I don't vape it all. Because believe me, guys, just be forewarned, when I do the cappuccino review on this brand right here, It is not often you will see me absolutely fucking rave about a juice other than Don's. But sorry, I'm going to. So, yeah, that's just a little hint there. I see we got JFM development in there. J Vapes. God, I got to talk to YouTube security about this J Vapes idiot. I don't know.
Well, Jay is your friend, so hey, it's who you hang out with.
Yes, you do, Frank. You're right. And with the exception of a couple of juices that I picked up, I did pay for everything I got there. Like I said, TVL did give me that RDA. It's okay. Blue Line E-Liquid gave me some samples of their stuff. And then, yep, this is one that he gave me both of his juices from VPN. So it's all stuff that'll be coming up for review later on. Speaking of which, there's the cappuccino, folks, okay? If y'all want to know, okay? A week, and I had to put it up, so I saved some for the review so I didn't have an empty bottle to show. Also picked up Lemon Twist, Pink Punch Lemonade. I am curious about it. It's a good juice, but I'm checking the wear and tear on coils with that one. Also picked up another one from their line somewhere down in here. And this one I have not tried yet. I didn't even try it to show. I just bought it. It is Strawberry Mason Lemonade. So just kind of keep an eye out for all that. And then, like I said, Rochelle from Vape With Me gave me a bunch of shit to review too. So there will be a bunch of reviews coming here and there over the next, I'm going to try to put up like one a week or something. So over the next couple of months with everything I've got here to review. And like I said, we're going to talk about labeling because I saw some things there that I did not like. And me not having kids and not being a big cereal person, what I am, I got one or two flavors that I eat. I don't spend a lot of time on cereal aisle. Rochelle had to point out the issue with the labeling on this one to me.
Was that a Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No, it is Golden Grams.
Golden Grams.
Okay.
Golden Graham. It's not exactly like it, but it's similar enough that it's a little bit of an issue. Not too bad. So,
and somebody, the in-hall said something about batteries falling out.
I ain't heard about that.
Did you have issues with batteries falling out?
He may be talking. I don't know. I didn't see that comment because I was too busy showing.
I've seen you a couple of times. Any batteries falling out? Haha.
No, but I do know that Fresh put a review out on a mod yesterday that the batteries are falling out of because the battery door's opening up.
Wow. Oh, that's not good.
So. Yes, Frank, I know what you mean about $1,300 on a computer. When I brought this channel online, I went and bought a new computer that I dropped $900 on. I got a damn Best Buy credit card and pretty well fucking maxed it out. Well, no, not pretty well. I did literally max it out plus some on the computer and mic and other things that day.
Yeah, I did the same thing and everything, but it's not just for that. It's for also a lot of editing and stuff like that you just have to have a lot of memory and space. So
Randy said Fresh needs duct tape, LOL. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to do a little series on the labeling because believe me, and I was going to do a video on ECC, and I have gotten busy and sidetracked and never got it. But, I mean, I can kind of go through my phone here and half-assed anyway, show you a few pictures of some shit that was at ECC that I didn't exactly agree with on some of the juices and shit with their setups. And there's one. I don't know how well y'all can see that. I'm not looking at a live camera. Maybe if I'll bring up the Zoom room bigger so I can see a live camera. I don't know what you can see and can't see. You got that one there that okay, it's iffy, but this was another problem that we had there. Vape models, not too many, but there was.
They weren't a problem. They just
That's
need to eat.
There's another one that I had an issue with. That one damn well had an issue with.
Let's pop them.
This one here, there's all kinds of issues with. I mean, you're talking some copyright infringement getting close there, and kid-friendly labeling, and
yep.
This one here, you're getting bordering on the copyright again. This one, like I said, there was a bunch of them there, and fucking ECC has it even said on their website that it's going to put more scrutiny on that shit this year. And I don't know, from what I saw, they just really didn't do it. There's you the backside of another vape model. Actually, there wasn't too many there, but there was a couple there.
I don't think the vape models were an issue. Okay, that's my thing. Okay, because you can sit there and say that there's a lot of attractive men there as well. So,
yeah.
But you guys wouldn't see that because you don't think each other, good looking, bearded men and stuff like that, which, there was a lot of, okay. But in the light of it, the thing that we were kind of talking about with the Nick salts was the error of what they did and how they did it. And a few people getting sick, because of it. One was my daughter, and one was me. I didn't feel well. I still haven't felt right since Detroit. I've been kind of sick on and off the last, with heart palpitations and stuff like that. I've been trying to keep them, because if you get a cold, what happens? You sit there and take cough syrup and stuff like that. It can elevate your heart rate and stuff like that as well. Like
I said, the vape, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the vape models weren't out of control like I have seen at other conventions in the past. I just don't feel like that with the FDA breathing down our necks, I just don't feel like we need that shit at a convention.
No.
And believe me, I mean, I'm a straight red-blooded male. I like tits and ass, just as much as the next red-blooded straight male. Okay, sorry about the vulgarity there, but I mean, let's just be blunt here, okay? But there's a time and a place for it. And Dan, I saw you also subscribed. Thank you very much for that, sir. And I'm glad you're here for the first time. I hope you do enjoy it. And like I said, it wasn't out of control. I have seen it worse before. I had seen pictures of it worse before than what it was this time. I mean, it was damn well toned down compared to years past, which is great. Like I said, I didn't see nothing overly concerning there. It's just, I don't know why the hell Aspire needed to have that one there. That just made no sense, except she was passing out bags you put your shit in.
Wow, Into the Fog. What's that?
Damn, Into the Fog out there. Damn, I ain't seen that name in a long time.
That name hasn't popped up in a minute.
Got Pippa out there also from DIY Down Under. For those of y'all that don't know, DIYdownunder.com if you DIY. She's running that website out there, and it's a great thing she's got going on. I had her on here a couple of weeks ago to promote it, so.
I watched it.
But other than that, ECC was mainly, which all of them are now, so I ain't going to knock them for that, but it was mainly a juice fest, although there was some hardware there. Like I said, Dot Mod got a hell of a chunk of my money. So.
Was it money well spent?
Yes, it was.
Nice.
I have always been a fan of Dot Mod, and thanks to Nikki having the B2B passes, we got wholesale prices, and I knew going in they were going to be there, and I knew going in I was going to walk away with the Dot 24 and at least the Squonker or the 200-watt box, if not both. And then with the wholesale prices, I decided to get both, and I even decided to add the mech on top.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not disappointed in none of them. I'm really not.
The only thing I'm disappointed is that I had a Dot Mod RDA prior to going, and the color is just not matchy. It's a little off. Not by much, but a little off. I think because...
That's matching perfectly.
Now, see, if I don't know if you can see how the difference... One's a little bluer than the other.
Yeah. Is that a Dot mech?
It's a mech.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I see it.
But you see the difference? It's just like a shade off. And it's just because it was probably made at a different run at a different time. And, you know, but I'm not mad at it because, you know, I got lovely Al. He picked me up a glass cap and Rose sent it to me. So it's not even going to have that cap on it.
I've got the glass cap right here for it. I've used it for a minute, but not very long. But yeah, I mean, I did, you know, mine damn well don't match because I got the rabbit on top of mine right now.
There was things I was very disappointed in, and like as in Geek Vape, I bought this on that Friday that I was there because I was only there a day, which, like I said, I ended up going home. But my coating, I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to come off.
Yeah.
That lovely feel that you get with this mod, it kind of feels like the Asmodus mod. It's real soft, real buttery smooth. It's chipping everywhere. It's not just on top, it's actually on the side. It's anywhere basically your hands are touching. And I'm really, I hate that, you know, because I got it in the mat. I don't know if all of these actually have that coating to make them feel like that because it's the only one I have. But to have it chip off that coating kind of makes the mat go away as well. So really,
and in what, like 2 or 3 days it started?
Yeah,
that?
It was like the day after. It was like Saturday night. I noticed it was like a little piece of it. Like here, let me take off this tank that way you can.
We got Al Ben out there. Welcome, Al Ben.
There you go.
Yeah, that was another issue that we had there. Oh my Lord.
Yeah,
those of y'all that know Miss Dawn from Adore Liquid. Oh my Lord. I thought we were gonna have to literally restrain that girl because, as I'm sure if y'all follow Dot Mod anywhere on the web, whether it be InstaShit, their website, Facebook, wherever, you will notice that Friday morning of this week, last week I guess you could say now, they dropped a purple dot. Now, they had these purple dots at ECC. They had the 200 watt, they had the 80 watt box, and they had the Squonker with the Dot 24 RDA. You could not buy them. You could not take pictures of them. You couldn't even put your damn hands on them.
Yep.
And those of y'all that know Dawn know how she loves about purple, and I thought we was going to have to hold her back from going across that counter and strangling somebody because she was, oh Lord, she was not happy because she wanted that purple dot so bad it was not funny. And that was another problem. I mean, you know, I got lucky only because I was there Friday and got my hands on the loop. Geek Vape, you have an RDA that is hotter than hot right now, and you don't bring them to ECC? I mean, let's get real here. So yeah, that was a little bit of a problem too.
Well, also Geek Vape actually is the one that sold me this. But he also sit there and said, "Oh no, it's not. Oh, and whatever you heard about it catching the battery wraps and tearing up battery wraps, it's not that." He's like, "Oh no, it does not eat battery wraps. You need to put them in right." He was saying it was user error. Well, technically speaking, it's not really user error. It's actually manufacturer error. The little band they put in here, if you're using 18650s, when you pull on this band, it's going to pull at the top. And that's where it's catching the battery, is at this very top. It's going to tear the battery wrap. But if you lower the strip and pull from the bottom, it'll take it out the way it's supposed to, the way it goes in, which is you're supposed to push it in from the bottom and slide it. But people are pulling that thing to get the battery out, and guess what happened? They're pulling their battery wrap and snagging it. Mm-hmm. And they are trying to sit there and say, no, it's user error. No, lower the ribbon to here, and you'll be able to pop them out from the bottom instead of the midsection, which the weakest point is that top, and you wouldn't have a problem. But he kept on swearing up and down, it was user error, and that's why I got it. I was like, okay, it takes 3 different types of batteries. Mm-hmm. You know, I like a mod that is universal that'll take that many batteries. But it's
what did it take? Dual 2700s.
It takes 21700s and 21700s, 2700s, and 18650s.
Okay.
It has a sled in it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nikki.
I was just saying it has a sled in it that pops out.
Oh, okay. And so Vaping want to know what the point of having them there was. The only answer I can come up with is to piss Don off, because believe me, it pissed Don off.
They were actually having a giveaway of the purple dot mod and stuff like that during the days that So
they did.
They were going to be given away, but yeah, you couldn't even touch them, or even you can only look at them through glass, but you could hold their $1,800 mechs, no problem, in your hand.
Yep.
And I see plenty of y'all out there promoting NotYourAverageThreads.com, and that's good. See my shirt, it was made by her.
Awesome.
Got towels here made by her. And that would be the lovely Nikki B. She does excellent work, so hit her up either email or on Instagram, either way, if you want some towels or shirts or whatever made.
Or if you want to hang out in the Big Shack.
Dan Smith out there says he bought a dead rabbit a few months ago, was having issues with leaking around the 510. And he emailed Hell Vape. I've only been using mine about a week, Dan, on the dot and mech, and I've not had an issue with that.
Okay.
The only time I had leaking around the 510 was when I first got my rabbit and it had the squawk pin in it.
When you say that,
I didn't realize it.
I have not used it in squawk mode yet.
Yeah.
They sent me 3 goodie bags of all the O-rings and the 5 sets of grub screws and stickers.
Well, just make sure that you don't have the 510 pin that has a hole in it that actually is meant for squonking. That will put a 510 leaking issue big time. You know, not that I'm saying you don't know how to squonk or anything. I'm just sitting there saying there are some newbies out there that if you don't know what a squonk pin is, you might want to sit there and research that. That's why I don't think they should come with the squonk pin installed. I think they should have the squonk pin separate.
Yeah. And Dan said they sent him new everything, grub screws, O-rings, and everything. So he got everything back from them. So that's good. And Nikki Michaela wants to know, what do you charge for the towels?
I charge, if you're just ordering a towel, I do $10 a towel. And that is embroidered. So, you know, I've been doing a lot of wholesale, so that's a totally different ballpark. But yeah, you can contact me on Instagram and we can talk on there.
Your average threads?
Not Your Average Threads Inquire is my Instagram, and my email. My email is notyouravagethreadsinquire@gmail.com.
Why don't you put that out there in the chat? Now, before I forget, now we got all my other little issues. Well, most of my other little issues, other than $3.75 12-ounce bottle of water. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's talk about that other issue I had. We talked about it first with the nicotine.
And Nick Salts.
There was a company out there. Nikki, if you can remember the name.
Ghost.
Okay, yeah, Ghost. That was it. I could not remember.
And I'm not okay. You gotta realize when you have a company there, and my daughter is a vapor that vapes 0 to 1.5, and she's going up to the booths, and some of them had 0 sitting out, some of them had 3. She can handle a 3. Okay, she's sitting there seeing these little devices and stuff, and she's like, "Oh, they're little, they're cute. You know, they're what I have at home." She could pick it up and vape it. Well, she actually, the first hit she took off of it, you know, I knew it was Nick salts, but I'm hearing all about these Nick salts, and I've never tried a Nick salt. I'm thinking it's going to be a smoother hit because everybody says Nick salts have a lot smoother hit. Well, no, it's totally different. It's a totally different throat hit. They used a throat hit experience. And being at 5.9% nicotine of Nick salts, it knocked my socks off of not a good way. It knocked my socks off to the point where I started coughing, and I couldn't stop not coughing because it irritated my throat. Because it wasn't just, okay, the first one, you know.
The problem is these room little pod systems. So that's great. That's where your Nick salts belong, is in a pod system. The problem was, and those of us who've been vaping a while, and I don't know if Nikki just didn't pay attention or what, but
I didn't know what Nick level it was.
Yeah, but anyways, they had on the box the percent, not the milligram. Now, a lot of us have been vaping a while, and we know that how to convert it. No big deal.
Oh, I know how to convert.
The problem is, you know, there's a lot of, especially if there's a new vapor there who's thinking, hey, this is cool, great. You know, I like this little bitty device. It's great. I like the hit I'm getting off of it. And they look at this box that says 5.9% nicotine. Now, those have been vaping a while, we can convert that real quick and real easy. It's called 59 milligram nicotine. And I believe that Nikki's daughter got a little nicked out from it. And I know for a fact another person that I know who is a vapor, who has been vaping a while.
And she's a DIYer as well.
Got nicked out from it.
Yeah.
Because when I walked in the convention Saturday, she was sitting down right at the front, and she flagged me down, and she was not feeling very good. And she had been over there trying them. And because that's my big.
You don't want to sit there and not like try. Okay, like I like spearmint. They had a really good spearmint. Okay, the flavors were on point.
Oh, they were absolutely on point.
The throat hit, though, even in a pod system, made me cough, and I know how to do a mouth to lung, you know, and you know, I know how to do a direct lung. But it's the point of he did not warn me in the beginning, because my daughter just kind of pulled me over there and said, "Here, try this," you know. And I'm like, "Oh, Nick salts," you know. And I told the guy I've never tried one. He goes, "Well, it's a different vapor expense." I'm like, "I understand that," and I understood that, but with people on YouTube and stuff like that telling and explaining, oh, it's so smooth of a hit, you're not going to get a throat hit. I was not expecting the throat hit that I got. It was like the maxest PG ever. I mean, I've actually experienced, we've had the 24 Nick Max PG challenge. I remember this. Remember, Alan?
Yeah, I remember that.
That didn't give me a Nick hit or a throat hit like that stuff gave me. And that's the thing that I have a really big issue, is that we're going backwards and not forwards.
I am not.
You need 60 milligrams is what I'm saying.
I am not going to knock the throat hit, okay?
No, I understand the throat hit completely, but that high.
It's too much of a throat hit for me. I mean, I've got a Juul over here somewhere that I ain't even fucking used.
I mean, what gets me is that the person at the stand didn't say anything.
No, and when he see me coughing, I mean, he rushed around the counter to get me some water because he knew I was going into a chain reaction of coughing because I'm asthmatic. Okay, and that's another thing that people ain't putting it into effect is I wheeze as it is. And that's from years of damage of what I've done to my lungs. I'm a little wheezy sometimes, especially in really dense environments, like very crowded environments. taking a hit like that, it's kind of like, after a while, I started getting, I felt like I was getting a little sick anyway, because you're vaping on other devices there that, not all of them had like a liquid bottle out there to drip on. They had their systems out to vape on. So you're putting another cap, but who purged on it before you? Were they sick? And that's the thing I have, is that just because you put a drip tip on it doesn't mean that it's going to be a sanitary environment, because the person before you could have been sick and they purged, and saliva comes out when the purge is where I'm getting at. Yeah. So I tried to not vape as much as I did, but I ended up kind of getting a little sick, and I don't know if it was from the salts or if it could have been from just being, vaping on other devices that other people could have been sick too.
Maybe a combination of all, but
a little bit of both.
But my whole point to this part of the show is the fact that, and like I said, I've got a Joel over here somewhere. I ain't seen it in a while, but I think I know right where it's at, which has 50 milligram Nick in it. These that we're talking about here had 60 milligram, or might as well, we'll just round it up to 60. It was 59, but still, there is absolutely 100% no freaking reason whatsoever to have that much Nick in any kind of a damn vape for any freaking reason. Because even somebody coming off of cigarettes, they're not used to that much nicotine. Because cigarettes ain't even got that much nicotine in it. Drop it down to 20 or 30 milligrams. That's all you need in a pod system.
And a person that actually is just coming off cigarettes are going to be that hand-to-mouth action and repetitive, just like they would on a cigarette. And that's what could nick them out. And that's where I didn't think that it was, I'm like, wow, it does have a throat hit, So I did try a couple more, but I lightly vaped on it. I literally took the smallest amount I could so I wouldn't cough. And that's where I don't think they're bad for the industry. I just think they need to do more of, okay, this is where we need to have a little bit of,
I agree with what
regulation. We do need to have a little bit of regulations of what is too high. Because if these are, if in the Juul it's 50 that you're only getting, where's their step down? It's either nothing or 50.
Yeah. Exactly.
You don't have any other option with the Juul. And who wants to sit there and buy another pod system? And that's where saving money, we're trying to save people money. And having the differences of like, okay, I love the Sorin. I like the Sorin Air a little bit better because, again, being asthmatic, I can't do that real, deep lung because, like I said, a lot of damage done. COPD, I was on the verge of on the inhalers, COPD.
But the bottom line is, and I see out here where JFM Development said he got sick from the MyPod booth at Foxwoods. And I know a couple of y'all are new out there, Ian Hall and Dan Smith both. If y'all, and you're kind of getting it here, but if you want my full opinion and even Nikki's full opinion on or pretty much full opinion on the Nick salts, this channel is only a couple months old. Go scroll through actually they're all in a playlist, so you can go to the Worst Damn Vaping Show playlist, and the first one, and even in the title it says Nick salts. That's pretty much what we spent that whole show on, was talking about Nick salts. So
it's a love-hate. It's a love-hate relationship. You love that something new came out, but you hate it in the long run because they're taking it to the extremes. And what if, okay, you got to realize we're trying to keep it out of the kids' hands. Well, I'm saying kids is, okay, I have kids. I wouldn't want those devices being in even my kid that vapes.
No.
My kid is 20. My kids are 20. Well, we'll be 21 and just turned 19. And she's the reason of my stopping smoking. It's because I caught her smoking. I didn't want her to develop an addiction like I had. And I know that smoking was an addiction. Yes, I traded one for another. No, because you know what? I'm on 3. My stressful days, I'm on a 6. But yet, I've had a lot of things happen in the last year. Grandmother, being a grandmother, very stressful. Having little tiny patter of the feet running around.
I know Dan Smith said out there a while ago. He's been on 3 for about 4 years now, or a little over. Yeah, and that's same with
and
me.
I'm happy with that. I'm happy with 3.
And that's where I'm staying. I mean, I've been there for 3.5, 4 years. That's where I'm staying. That's all I vape. That's all I need to vape.
But can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Tom. You ain't said much in that, so go ahead.
So yeah, pretty much when I was smoking, I smoked for 11 years, and when I went to vaping, I could taste my food a heck of a lot better. And I started out with 18 milligrams, and I went down to 6. Then I went to 3 now. So I can taste my food a heck of a lot better than when I was smoking. And my allergies were like more messed up than what it was now. So I can say that for myself.
Yeah, and Dan just kind of touched on what I was fixing to say a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
We have the FDA breathing down our fucking necks left and right over freaking everything. Right now, they're going after flavors, which, speaking of which, if you have not done the survey, please do. And you got till June the 19th to go comment on their proposal. Please go do that, too.
Does that affect New Jersey at all?
That affects everybody. That affects the entire vaping industry.
Yeah.
Because that's the FDA. That's the federal government.
And but when I was just going to sit there and say real quick, Randy touched on the subject. Okay, he was mixing one day and got a little on his hand and it burned, and so he washed his hand. Yep, you're in a hurry, but no way. It only takes a second to slip on the glove. Okay. Yep. And know what? And and sexual wise, I'm sorry to sit there and put this out there. One act of indiscretion can last you 18 in life. Okay. I was in a hurry. I've heard it say a lot in this industry of men saying, "Oh, well, I have 6 kids or something." Well, you weren't in a hurry. You were in a hurry 6 times, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Put a glove on. Put gloves on when you're mixing. Because even mixing at the higher ratios of nicotine, even in salts and stuff like that, always put them on, because you never know when that one time you could be mixing for 5 years and one time have an accident and you get sick and you could hurt yourself, or even the spill. You might not have got it up clearly, and then the next person come in didn't know you spilled something, and they get sick, and it's too late.
I was gonna say, I know Nikki keeps interrupting me, then I lose my train of thought.
Sorry, I know it made you cough for a second on the.
Yeah, but we have the FDA breathing down our fucking necks, and and we're putting 60 milligrams or 50 milligrams worth of nic in a damn pod system, which is more than cigarettes are, which the FDA is going after the big tobacco right now to get them to bring the nic level down in their cigarettes.
Yeah.
Why in the hell are we doing that? Bring it down to 20, maybe 30 tops. And that will be, I think, in my opinion, just about perfect for the person coming off of cigarettes. And JFM Development says, Flavor West and Capella don't really like FA, probably going to try Flavora in a variation. Let me talk about Flavora a little bit. And let me kind of qualify this with the group of people that was there, as in Fresh 03, Don, and a lot of your big-time DIYers, okay? But Flavora had Bryson there from their company as a representative. Friday, he was talking to everybody there at the convention, like, that's what he was there to do. Okay, whatever. But then he went to lunch with us all. He went to dinner with us all. And myself and Al Gorby, who you don't ever hardly see in the chat because he's working at the time I do my show, but he watches the replays. We were staying at the Crown Plaza, which is where Bryson was staying. And in between lunch and dinner, everybody went back to their hotels. And Bryson sat out there and vaped with us and sat there in the lobby and shot the shit with us for probably 45 minutes to an hour in between lunch and dinner. And there is no other damn company out there that's going to do that with except for maybe Don. So, you know, and believe me, that literally just flat out, plain and simple, impressed the hell out of me. Now, like I said, I understand that we had a bunch of big time DIYers there, along with Don, who owns a juice company, which has probably played a role in him hanging out with us all. Like I said, he even did it with me, who's a little bitty nobody. I mean, even my old channel that I deleted a year and a half ago, you know, he don't know me from Adam. He don't know Al Gorby from Adam. But he sat out there and shot the shit with us. And there just ain't no other company going to do that, I don't think. So that impressed me. So, yeah, you know, for that reason there alone, if I ever get back into DIY, I will buy as much from Flavora as I possibly can. So, see, what have I missed? Michaela, have you heard? Have you guys heard about YouTube taking channels down and deactivating them? Yes. And there's a reason why. There's a reason why, and I am not going to discuss it publicly, but it's over a specific liquid that they are talking about, and that's all we're going to say in that. Don't nobody put it in chat, because if you do, I will delete it immediately, or Nikki will. One.
Yeah. Yeah, Alan, can I get a wrench? Do
what?
Can I get a wrench?
Yeah, sure. Type something out there so I can find your name again. So,
there you go.
You know, and so yeah, so that's the reason why they're doing that, and I'm gonna be, and this is probably gonna stir up a shitstorm of controversy, but I don't really care. I have absolutely no problem with what YouTube is doing. I have an issue with that particular liquid. That is not what vaping was invented for. That is not what we designed it for. And somehow it has turned into that, at least in some circles. And that's just another thing, giving the vaping industry a bad name, and is going to get the FDA on our ass even more. So that's that on that. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, because we still don't know where it's leading up to, because it could actually lead to other things. So
yeah. So I'm going to leave that at that and call that done. So now we only got about 10, maybe 15 minutes left in this show, so everybody can get ready for Project Fog. I don't know what channel it's going to be on tonight. I've not gotten no notifications, so I'm not sure.
It's on Fresh.
It's on Fresh's channel? Okay. But the show announcement that I am talking about, we'll make a slight little change to the channel and the lineup. Slight. This show is going to move to Wednesday nights at 8:30 Eastern instead of 8 Eastern. I'm going to move it up a half hour. That's for a number of reasons, moving it up a half hour, and even moving the day. See if it'll work out a little bit better there. And moving it up a half hour will hopefully give me a little more time to get my ass shut down in the evenings and get the show set up to where the notifications get out, all that.
Yeah.
I am probably going to change the name of it too, just because that Worst Damn Vape Show Ever is a long name. So I'm probably going to shorten the name a little bit. But other than that, nothing else is going to change. It will still be myself. It will still be Vaping with Nikki B on here, and Frank, hopefully, as long as he can do it at that time on Wednesday nights as your normal panel. And then when I can find somebody else to bring on, there will be a fourth person. But the format of the show itself will not change. We'll still be sitting here boring the hell out of you.
What time? 8:30.
It will be 8:30 Eastern, starting next Wednesday night.
Yeah, it should be around.
And that's what the show announcement and the title was all about. So just wanted to let everybody know that. I started to move it up this week. I thought, no, I'll go ahead and do a live show tonight. That way I can let everybody know. Hopefully everybody will get the word and they will be there next Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So, Nikki, you got anything to add on what we've talked about tonight or anything other than fucking nickel levels being way too damn high? Hey, we got Raven Shadow out there. Hello, Raven. You came in.
What's up, Raven?
Other than just do you know what I'm saying? Just be yourself out on YouTube if you're a reviewer, and if you're a DIYer and stuff like that, make sure you go to Pippa's website, you know, sign up and everything. It's a wonderful site. You just take a look at it. She's doing a remarkable job. She's all about advocacy, and you got to realize what happens over there could happen over here. So, you know, be wary, you know, of of your surroundings, you know, because Ohio's been a beta testing area for the longest of time, like with smoking and stuff. They tested it in Columbus, Ohio. I remember that when they banned smoking from everywhere, but only in Columbus. We had to go like little towns around Columbus just to find restaurants that we could go out to eat and still have a cigarette, you know. And when you take smoking out, you take vaping out as well. But, you know, it's just one of those things, you know, just be, you know, and also go do your flavor, your certification. Don't forget.
Yep. So, Tom, you got anything you want to say?
Oh,
not really. Not really. Okay,
nah.
That's fine.
But yeah, what's up, Raven?
And when I move this show next week to Wednesday night, and I move it up a half hour, I am going to. One reason for moving it is so I can run it for 1 hour instead of the 45 minutes to 50 minutes that we've been running it lately. So I don't butt up against Project Fog.
I mean, pretty much what I gotta say. Yeah, I'll definitely come on Wednesday. I got nothing to do.
I'll have you on some. Probably not every week, but I'll have you on some.
Yeah, not everyone, but you know.
Well, happy birthday, Raven. And Nikki, I don't know if you saw it a while ago or not, because I know a lot of times you can't see Nikki. I mean, you can't see Michaela. She asked how to contact you again. I guess she missed it.
On Instagram, or you can contact me on my Gmail.
Yep. The Instagram is not your average threads _
Or I can say one thing. If you can't contact her on there, you can contact her on the vapecheck.org. But you have to sign up.
Yep. You can also message me on Facebook and, I mean, any of my social media.
Yep.
So her towels are great. Her shirts are great. I had her make these shirts right here, and she's going to make me a couple more that don't say YouTube reviewer on them.
Alan,
I had her make these for me for Detroit. So,
Alan, yeah, Raven goes, thank you, Alan. In chat.
Okay, I don't know. Thank you for what, but okay. And by the way, you just finished your birthday dinner, Raven. So happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Yeah, that's probably what it's. Happy birthday, Raven.
So, you know, if Natty was there, he'd be going, "Happy birthday, happy birthday."
But yeah, I want to say one thing to Raven. Thank you for supporting me, coming to my YouTube. Thank you, Raven. You're awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, if y'all are not subscribed, Tom, type hi or whatever out there in the chat so everybody can see your name again.
If you're not subscribed to Vaping Vibes with Tom, subscribe.
Yeah. Yep. And also Saturday, I am having my show at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. It's every other Saturday, because I let Yeti and Scott actually have the Saturday at 9:00 time slot every other week, so they can do their show that they do for what's it called?
Addictions.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome because they had like 130 people watching constantly. It was wonderful, and I think it's
awesome show.
It's an awesome show, and I think that they gained like 30 more viewers because I seen like 90 the last time they did a show at that old time slot, and to jump up 40 viewers, it's the right time slot for them. So make sure you go subscribe to Yeti's uncle so you can actually watch their show every other Saturday at 9 o'clock. So
another channel you gotta subscribe to is Black Cat White Face.
yeah, Scott.
If you want to learn how to build coils, definitely go over there and watch them.
Yep, and he should be getting the package here shortly of his apparel. So
good deal.
Awesome.
Yep, it was just mailed today.
But anyway, we're going to go ahead and cut this show off here in just a minute. Right after I say bye to everybody. Vapex said he just hit 50 subscribers a day. Congratulations.
Oh, awesome, man.
And Michaela Vapes is at 5 to 504. So she finally hit 500. So good for both of them. This one's slowly but surely growing a little bit, so it ain't nowhere near where my old channel was that I was dumb enough to delete when I took my break. But we'll get it back up there, hopefully.
I wanted to say one more thing for you show off.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you'll definitely find me on Nicky B's channel on Saturday.
Yep. And the guy that was on Andrew from Lioness Liquids and Vapor Cloud 9, Vapor 9 will be on my show on Saturday as well. So awesome. If you missed Tommy's show, you can come over on Saturday and also talk with him over there. He's a really nice guy to hang out with. Time just kind of flew by Friday that, you know, you get to kind of talk with him a little bit more in depth and detail. And, you know, he's a really, really nice guy to hang out with. So.
I ain't heard her say I'll be on there, so.
Oh, well, are you free on Saturday? You're always welcome.
I know, I'm just kidding.
But are you free on Saturday?
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, sometimes he just tells me go kiss off. You know, I'm doing something. I'm going to go get me some Crown and Coke and call it a night.
Go to bed. Something. Yeah. Hey, we got Vaping Vandy out there. Cool. Welcome, Vaping Vandy.
Hi.
What's up?
It was nice meeting her in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
That's another.
I've been waiting for a long time to see.
That's another channel you can go subscribe to.
Yeah, her last video of the cotton threads was really, really awesome. I love it. She didn't even speak, but guess what? WikiNet just says it all. I love the silent videos where people actually do the thing where they don't even have to talk. Their motions and everything say it all.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not subscribed, please go subscribe.
Yes.
Yep. But other than that, we are going to go ahead and thank everybody for watching. You know, thanks everybody for stopping by.
Yep.
If you're catching the replay, thanks for catching the replay. And we will see y'all at the new time next week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday night. So it's going to move up a night and move up a half hour. And we will run it for a full hour starting next week on Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern time. So appreciate everybody watching, and we will see y'all next week, hopefully. Thanks.
Bye.